You've got glue on your cheek.
Occupational hazard. It's cute, huh?
Kinda babyish.
And for a very good reason.
I found this in the kitchen.
Oh, yeah, that's the sonogram they took last week. You can see the baby while it's still in your mom's stomach. See, there's the baby's head. No. There's his head.
Hear anything about the amnio?
Not yet. We should get a call any time now. Your mom's on pins and needles.
She really wants a girl.
Yeah. How about you?
I want a Siberian Husky. But I guess a girl would be okay.
You hear anything?
Oh, not yet. Looks great, huh?
Yeah.
And you were gonna pay some schmo $600. You imagine that?
Tony?
Check these seams. See how that elephant's tush lines up with the rest of them?
Honey.
And try to find an air bubble. I dare you. This is a professional job from top to bottom.
Where's the closet?
The what?
Mike, get back on the ice. Mike. Concentrate. Come on, Mike! Why'd you just hand it to him on a plate?
We never used to lose the puck like that. Not even in practice.
The other guy made a good play.
Skate, Mike. Skate like you mean it.
See what I mean? He's not into it.
Well, maybe he had a tough class. Maybe he broke up with his girlfriend. It's possible, you know. Hey, you come around here a lot?
Every practice, every game.
Oh, way to keep your head down, Mike. What are you looking for, loose change? Mike! Jim! Knock it off! Knock it off! Hey! The rest of these guys want to beat Groverton and make it to the finals. Do you? I don't know what your problem is, but you better straighten it out by Friday night. Now go on, get off the ice. Most valuable player in the division, huh? Right now, he couldn't make JV.
Maybe he's feeling the pressure. Big game. All the college scouts are gonna be there. I know how much he wants to win it for you.
20 years I've been coaching Tony. He's the first one I've been able to say flat out, NHL material. I know I'm harder on him than the others, but they don't have his talent. Maybe it is the pressure that's getting to him, but maybe it isn't. I know he's had problems.
He's brother got him into drugs in the first place. He's the biggest problem of all.
Yeah, but you and Rachel, you've been there for Mike like nobody else. So, I gotta ask you.
He's off the stuff now. He gave me his word.
He's a kid.
Gave me his word.
Tony, Mike's got a chance the rest of us just dream about. Don't let him blow it.
All right, I want to run 3-on-1 breaks. Vince, get back on defense. I want Pat, Jim, and Steve on the line. Let's go, let's go, let's go!
X-ray 7, we have a 1014, corner of Hillhurst and 5th.
X-ray 7 proceeding, 10-4. Another 10-14. Why can't people settle their differences by appealing to reason instead of resorting to violence?
Because people are jerks.
Should we read him the rights or throw him on a grill?
All right,
break it up.
Come on, it's enough. It's enough. It's enough.
Look, he raised me. Now he's trying to get it together. I gotta stick by him, don't I?
Thanks for getting David the job as stick boy. He's having the time of his life.
That's cool.
Got my tickets for the Groverton game. Wouldn't miss it. Look, Mike, you had an off day.
I'm clean, if that's what you're thinking.
Actually, I was thinking about dinner. That's why I came by. Rachel reminded me how long it's been since we had you over. You free tomorrow night?
Yeah.
Good. Is everything all right? I've never seen you take a shot like that at the other guys, let alone a teammate.
He thinks I'm dogging it.
He don't know you.
I really am clean.
Listen, you made me a promise, remember? I believed you then, and I believe you now. I'll see you tomorrow.
Hey! 7 o'clock.
You are bad. Well, not until you get to know me better. Looking forward to it. Bye-bye.
Didn't you once tell me men are pigs?
Did I?
Yeah, you were pretty emphatic about it.
Well, I believe it's a woman's duty to try and extricate an occasionally worthy porker from the slime in which he is prone to wallow. He's single and he asked me out, okay? You been sick?
What do you mean?
Message here from a Dr. McNeely.
Oh, great, the amnio. I'll just call.
This says come to the office ASAP.
Why? Boy or girl, they can tell you that over the phone. Something's wrong with the baby, Lucille. Something's wrong.
It doesn't say that, Tony.
Why would they want to see us? Good news they call with. If it's bad, they want to see you.
Listen to me, Tony. They probably want you to fill out some forms or you gotta have some blood sucked out of you. Go on, get it taken care of, and I'll see you back here in an hour. Get.
Two guys dressed as chickens, and they're trying to kill each other in the parking lot. Caruso and Papadakis, they come into the precinct covered with barbecue sauce, and the chickens are still going at it, trying to peck at each other.
Tony. Shut up.
And it would be irresponsible at this time to attempt to quantify either the existence or the degree of fetal malformation.
You mean we don't have a problem?
It's possible.
Then what are we doing here? How could you put us through this if...
There is an area of concern. Your amniocentesis revealed an abnormality in the chromosomal pairing. Each cell normally contains 46, but a cell taken from the amniotic fluid contained 47.
That's bad.
Not necessarily. The extra chromosome was the number 9.
That's bad.
Not necessarily. If the cell originated in the placenta, essentially a part of you, Mrs. Scally, then fetal development would continue unimpeded. If, however, the cell originated in the fetus, certain disadvantageous conditions may develop.
What is wrong with my baby? I want the truth, and I want it in English.
If the extra cell came from the baby, it could be mentally retarded.
Could be. Well, what does that mean? 50-50, 90-10?
I can't give you a percentage.
We send people to the moon! How seriously retarded?
It could fall within a wide range.
How wide?
Anywhere from barely noticeable to requiring permanent care. We wouldn't be able to tell until the baby is born, but by then, the option you have now would be gone.
The option to...
To terminate, to have an abortion.
If the cell came from the baby, there could be a chance, a wide range. How do you make a decision based on that?
I can suggest some reading material, and I can give you the names of several parents who found themselves in your position.
All this time, we've been calling the baby it. What is it?
Why don't we just wait?
So, am I having a brother or a sister? What's the matter, Dad? Dad?
Honey, things could still turn out okay.
But what if the worst happens? What will it do to us? To our lives, to David? And would the baby even have a life that's worth living?
Maybe that's not for us to say.
We have to say. That's the decision that we have to make. And whatever we do, we may never know if we did the right thing or not.
Unless everything turns out to be fine. And then we'll thank God every day that we went ahead.
But what if things turn out really badly? What if it never even knows who we are? It. We didn't try very hard to find out whether it was a boy or a girl. Why didn't we, Tony?
Tony, Detective Hooper from Groverton.
Hi, Lloyd. Have a seat.
Commissioner?
Hey, if you came over here to beg for mercy, forget it. Friday night, we're taking no prisoners.
Don't be too sure. Our boys are ready.
Yeah, well, $20 says they won't be ready enough.
Done. And, another 20 says that drug use in Groverton will be on the rise starting the day after the game.
What?
You remember that game back in December?
Yeah, we won, 5-2.
Our best player was hurt. Anyhow, week after the game, we had an increase in drug activity. Didn't think much about it at the time, I was talking to Bill Phillips over in Gardena, and he said the same thing happened there. So I did a little checking. Every time the Eastbridge hockey team skates into town, so do drugs. You hate to think some high school kid's dealing, but we both know it happens. And there is a kid on your team who's got a history.
If you're talking about Mike Cermak, his history is just that. History.
Look, somebody told me the kid's a friend of yours.
He's clean.
How do you know?
Because he told me.
Why'd you ask him? You got reason to suspect something?
Thanks for the tip. I'll see you around.
Yeah. See you around.
Yeah, I go to all the out-of-town games. I like to watch my brother play hockey. What's wrong with that?
Nothing. As long as you keep your hands in your pockets and your eyes on the game.
What's that supposed to mean?
Bad things happen when the Eastbridge hockey team hits the road. You're the kind of person that makes bad things happen. And you hang out with the hockey team. You don't have to be Sherlock Holmes to make the connection.
Unless you got some kind of proof, you got no right to be here.
If you're dealing again, clean up your act fast. Because if you pull Mike down again, I'll pull you down for good.
I've taken care of Mike since he was 10.
I know how you took care of him.
He's my brother. Butt out.
I'm butting in. Don't forget it.
Nothing really prepares you for it. We were warned in advance about the risks, but we decided to go ahead. Still, when it became clear that Billy was different, it was difficult.
At first, we weren't sure we wanted to talk to anyone. It seemed so personal. But this is helping already. We don't feel so alone.
I wonder if you could tell us.
What's he like? Well, he's not violent. He's not mean in any way. Most of the time, he just seems...
In his own world, you might say.
We put him in a special school. That's where he is now. They do what they can for him. He's making progress.
He can play in a simple way. Not games exactly, but he likes toys with bright colors.
Does he seem happy?
I think so. He knows who we are, certainly, and he seems to enjoy it when we get together. He can communicate a little. Sometimes he has a funny little giggle.
How old is he now?
14.
It's obvious that you love Billy very much.
Of course. He's our son.
So, you think if you had it to do over again, you'd have made the same decision?
We gotta play good defense. If we take the lead early, I think they'll fold.
What about their guy that got hurt back in December? He any good?
All state. 2 years in a row. Tony. Can I ask you something?
Sure.
I've got this friend. No, I mean, I know everybody always says they got a friend when they're talking about themselves, but this really is a friend.
I believe you. Shut the door. This friend's got a problem? Drugs?
No, I don't want to get him into trouble. I owe him a lot. But he's screwing up big time.
Have you tried talking to him?
Nah, he doesn't know I know. Thing is, he's older than me. He thinks I'm just a kid.
You're not a kid. You're a man. Young, maybe. But a man. And a damn good one. So don't be afraid to act like one. Tell him straight out how you feel and why. If he cares about you, maybe he'll listen. If not, hey, it's just like hockey. You can't do more than your best. And at least you did something.
Yeah. That's cool.
And if there's anything I can do, let me know.
That kid that's on the way? Well, he or she's gonna be awful lucky.
Minute and a half to go in the game. Scores tied 2-2 as Groveland crosses the blue line. Blake to Murphy. He shoots off the pass, and Como makes the save for Eastbridge. Centered out to Lafferty. He shoots, and Como comes up big again. Puck comes out to the corner. Goya tries to clear for Eastbridge. Intercepted by Miller. Another sliding save by Como. He's keeping Eastbridge in the game, that's for sure.
Like Jeff, go.
Puck is battled for along the boards as time ticks down. Shot by Groveland goes wide as Mike Cermak deflects it into the corner. Picked up by Steve Jones for Groveland. Passes to Ellaby, and Como slides to his right to make the save. Eastbridge breaks out. Cermak taking the puck up the right wing. Stick handle swatted. What a move by Cermak as he breaks in on goal. He shoots. He scores! Eastbridge wins! Eastbridge wins! Mike Cermak, an unassisted goal to give Eastbridge the Division II semifinal victory over the Groverton Eagles. I don't believe it.
Mikey! Woo-hoo! Yeah, Mike! Mike! That was fantastic! Incredible! Just one more game and we win the whole thing.
You coming to the party? It's a Papaloons.
I wouldn't miss it. Yeah, good boy. Yeah, Mike!
Hey, Dad, check this out.
Hey, look at that. That's nice.
I guess it's time to pony up.
Excuse me. More pizza for everyone. Thanks. Lloyd, listen. Have a seat. There's some more pizza coming.
Gotta admit, the kid made a hell of a play.
He's a hell of a kid. Listen, I don't mean to talk short, but I think I got a lead on that little problem we were talking about yesterday.
Glad to hear it.
Great timing. Save me some of that.
Why should I? I paid for it.
Scally.
Janitor found him about 20 minutes ago.
Sorry, Tony.
Cocaine. He must have died within a few minutes of the injection.
1 minute he's clean, the next he's ODing. Doesn't make sense. Any sign of a struggle?
Well, he has a bruise on the right side of his temple where he fell after he lost consciousness.
How do you know it was after?
Well, I suppose
It could have been caused by a blow of some sort, which caused him to lose consciousness.
anything's possible. I have to write this up, Commissioner. I'm sorry. Truly.
Damn it, the kid looked me right in the eyes and told me he was clean. He wouldn't lie to me.
Maybe he wasn't lying at the time. Maybe he just got high on the wind and then got tempted. And then he lost track of how much he was doing.
If Hooper was right about drug deals going down at the games, maybe Mike saw something he shouldn't have. Maybe they killed him and made it look like an accident.
They? Who's they? Look, Tony, you want to believe that the kid stayed clean, that he didn't lie to you. But no matter how much you want to believe, it doesn't make it true.
Find everyone who was in the locker room after the game. Question them all. Cover every base, Paulie. We owe him that much at least.
Come on, break! That's enough. That's enough. Break it!
What's with you guys? A night in jail didn't cool you off?
He attacked me!
He disgraced the uniform.
The uniform?
This may look like a big chicken to you, but to me it's a uniform, and a uniform should mean something. I didn't spend 5 years in the Marines without learning a little respect.
What did you do?
He relieved himself against the side of a building in public.
You can't do that, uniform or not. It's a health code violation.
You know how long it takes to get in and out of these things? Wait till General Patton here has been at this as long as I have. Patton was in the Army, jerk.
Hey! It looks to me like you both had disgraced the uniform. Sorry, guys. I have no choice. A tan hat! I'm not gonna press charges this time. But I catch you guys in that uniform again, I'll toss you in the coop. Understood? Dismissed! You were the one Mike got in a fight with the day before the game.
Dropped his gloves first that time.
There were other times?
Mike always had it easy, you know what I'm saying? Other guys do drugs, they get put away. Not a big star like Mike.
Both his parents are dead. I don't call that having it easy.
I'd trade my parents for his talent any day.
Detective Pentangeli says you were the last one to see him alive. Tell me everything you remember about that night. From the time you first got to the locker room.
First thing I remember was Coach Kennedy chewing him out in his office.
Chewing out Mike?
Yeah. The door was closed, but they were yelling. Coach was ticked at him all week. He stunk in practice.
Then what?
We suited up, won the game. I got banged up pretty good, so I hung around and used the whirlpools. By the time I was finished, Mike was just getting dressed.
Did he say anything to you?
Me and him didn't talk too much.
Did you see any drugs, any needles, any evidence that he was gonna shoot up?
No.
Did you see anyone else around?
Just the janitor cleaning up the parking lot. And Mike's brother, Jeff.
What was he doing?
Just hanging around, waiting for everyone else to leave, I guess.
Maybe you weren't the last one to see Mike alive after all.
Find Jeff.
Oh, great game.
Ah, the Rangers should have won.
No way. So we're gonna go ahead and have it.
Well, we haven't really decided yet.
Why is it so hard?
Well, there's a lot to think about. This could change our lives around quite a bit.
This baby might be very different from most children. It might have a lot of problems.
I know, but you've taught kids with problems. I met some of them. They were nice.
I know, honey. They were wonderful. I loved them. But now we're talking about problems that are much, much more serious.
This child might not even be able to live at home. And it might need special care. And that could cost a lot of time and money and sadness and, well, problems for all of us.
But all these things might not happen, right?
True, but they might.
Well, we'll handle it. We always do. Any of that pie left, Mom?
Sure.
How do you explain something like this to a 10-year-old? He just doesn't get it.
Maybe he does.
Jeff still in there?
Yeah, went in about an hour ago, just after he bought the gun. Must be feeling pretty brave by now. I got Caruso inside keeping an eye on him.
Why didn't you just pick him up when he bought the gun?
He must have bought it for a reason. Figured we'd keep an eye on him. Maybe he'll bring us closer to the truth about what really happened to Mike.
Good move.
How's Rachel?
She's a little shaken up.
How are you?
I'm all right.
Look, here he comes.
Let's put in a call for backup. I want another unmarked unit following wherever Jeff leads us. Let's go. All right. You were gonna shoot Al Kennedy? Why?
Because Al Kennedy killed my brother. I went inside.
The locker room.
Mike was lying on the floor. I thought he was, passed out. I thought they had some beers. I started to say, get up, man. And I saw the needle.
You didn't see Kennedy inject him?
But it had to be him. Mike said that Kennedy was dealing, using the team as a cover. I mean, nobody would suspect the coach, you know? Whenever they had an out-of-town game, the deal would go down. Mikey wanted to stop the guy. But I told him, keep your mouth shut. Stay cool. I thought he was okay with that. Something must have changed his mind.
You can't blame yourself. There's no way you could have known.
I thought Mike was talking about Jeff.
So would anyone else. Look, the only way we can make things right is to nail Kennedy. Assuming Jeff is telling the truth.
You saw him. You think he was lying?
No.
Me neither. And that other kid said he heard Mike and Kennedy shouting at each other just before the game. And if it was about hockey, Mike wouldn't have shouted back. He would have just taken it. That argument had to be about something else.
Well, plus, we've been looking for someone who went to every game. That's Kennedy.
But Jeff was right. His word against Kennedy's would never hold up. Unless we could prove that Kennedy's been dealing.
Well, we got the championship game at Glen City tomorrow.
And that's where we'll nail him.
Ooh, Washburn is leveled by Goyette, but the puck is taken by Phillips of Glen City. Pass intercepted by Jim Davidson of Eastbridge. Nice move as he crosses the blue line. He splits the defense. He scores! Beautiful move by Jim Davidson as he slipped the puck in on the short side. Eastbridge is back in the game.
You don't recognize anyone in this crowd?
Doing all the games. I recognize a lot of them.
No, I mean anyone who does stuff like leaves halfway through the game or makes it a point to pass by the bench right when the action's at its highest.
No.
You sure we got this covered?
We got guys at every entrance and watching the parking lot. No one's tried to get the Kennedy to make the drop.
Make sure the guys lay back, though. I don't want to spook them.
Thanks for the tip.
Davidson shoots. Hackett steers into the corner end. That's the end of the second period. Glen City still leads Eastbridge 4-3 in this contest to decide the Division II high school
I don't know,
champion.
Paulie. Maybe he canceled the deal. Maybe he figured with Mike's death, the heat might be on.
You really think that?
It's possible. It's possible he's trying to play it safe. Maybe we're after the wrong guy. Maybe it's not Al at all.
Glen City wins the faceoff. Roberts over to Deneen, who skates in on the right wing. He shoots, Como blocks it with the pads. Glen City leading 4-3. Eastbridge breaks up ice. Stewart to Semkowski, crosses the blue line. Shovels to Walker, the over to Stewart. He scores! Oh, some beautiful puck movement by the Eastbridge Blades, and we've got a 4-4 tie with 3.5 minutes left in regulation time.
Look at everything Kennedy does with a new eye. What does he always do at every game that could be a signal that this deal is going down?
I don't know, man. I'm trying to think.
Eastbridge gains possession. Stewart takes the puck into the Glen City zone. He's pinned against the boards, and Tony Phillips takes the puck for Glen City.
He switched his jacket. The first two periods, he was wearing the gray one with the black sleeves. Now he's wearing the black one with the gray sleeves.
Yeah, well, he's superstitious. He always switches to the home jacket for the third period. He's done it for years. You think?
Paulie, get to the locker room now. Go!
Check the back!
Okay, don't shoot.
Cuff him. Bag the stuff.
I'm just a delivery boy, you know? I'm just a little no-count guy.
Well, you're going to a little no-account jail.
15 seconds to go as Stewart chases the puck for Eastbridge. Jim Davidson picks it up. Rides around the net. He scores! Jim Davidson scores on a wraparound, and Eastbridge leads 5-4. Oh, I don't think Steve Hackett ever expected Davidson to be as quick around the net. And the Eastbridge players are going crazy out on the ice. Glen City has pulled their goaltender. They've got one last chance to send this game into overtime. Here comes Rick Dineen over the blue line, in alone on Como. He shoots, and Como makes the save. The game is over. Eastbridge wins the Division II high school championships. Several players told me before the game they wanted the victory from Mike Cermak, who died earlier in the week. And maybe that's what propelled them to this win.
When I was a kid, a team jacket was the greatest prize you could have. You turned it into something ugly. Mike looked up to you. All these kids look up to you. And you were dealing the crap that destroys their lives.
Tony, let me explain.
There is no explanation! Hey, Tony, come on! Mike came to you, didn't he? He confronted you because he knew what you were doing. And you killed him, didn't you? You killed him to cover your ass!
Come on, you're gonna kill him.
I'd love to.
I owed money to the wrong people. I had to deal this stuff or I couldn't have paid up. Tony, they were gonna come after my family. When Mike found out, I got scared. I didn't know what he was gonna... I didn't want it to come to this. I liked the kid.
You hated him, he might still be alive.
They're waiting for your victory speech, Al. What do you want me to tell them?
Tell him we'll be right there. Take him off. This is the biggest moment of their lives. I'm not gonna take it away from them. And neither are you.
You guys, You guys are winners. Not because they gave you a trophy tonight. You guys are winners because you faced tough times and you never looked for the easy way out. You played by the rules. And if you live your lives the way you play tonight, you're gonna be men that everyone can look up to.
Let's hear it for Coach Kennedy!
If I didn't say what I said to Mike, maybe he'd still...
That's the guy who killed my brother. You tried to help Mike. I know it. So did he.
Thanks for your help.
Hey, man. I love my brother.
He told me you were gonna get yourself together.
I'm trying.
If there's anything I can do, let me know.
All units in the vicinity of Latham and 17th. We have a 214 in progress at the Laughing Lobster restaurant.
Closet's over there, right?
What were you thinking about?
Mike. And the baby. And us. You said this baby was gonna be a very lucky kid. Mike had so much to look forward to. So much potential. This baby might not have as much to look forward to, but it will have our love. And we'll help it be as much as he or she can be.
We're gonna have this baby.
Don't you think?
We'll do okay. We always do.